Welcome to you all. We're so happy that you're here to celebrate with us our first ever Asian Pacific Islanders exhibit. 20 artists came over and gave us their best. And so I'm so proud that we have this for the first time in this gallery. And also now, I wish that you would join us as a family, come over and, you know, participate in our events and be members and, you know, see us all and hang out with us. We have so many things in store for you all. 2024 is a good year, okay? Yeah. Yes. Thank you very much.
It's a week before your Lunar New Year as well, so not everyone celebrates Lunar New Year, but I appreciate that, like, you know, we can just get together and like see what is new to us and just get Asian American artists from like local and college students, side jobs, working, like anybody that's doing this.
My name is Mark Vicente. I am the illustrator of Who Wants to Be Friends with the Dragon.
I'm Linda Drachel. I'm a co-author. My other co-author is Eve Marie Little, who can't be here today. But we're co-authors of the book, Who Wants to Be Friends with the Dragon. The idea came from the fact that despite the fact that I'm deaf, I wanted to learn to speak Spanish. And Eve was my Spanish tutor. And because I couldn't understand what she was saying, she suggested that we read children's books so I could build a vocabulary. And then she said one day that I should really write my own book. And the two of us started developing the story. And I said, you know what, Eve? This dragon is me because I lost my hearing and I feel like I'm different and nobody would want to be friends with me. And Eve said, you know what, that dragon is me because I'm half Mexican and I feel like I don't fit in any world. And then when we got Mark to join us, he said, actually, I'm the son of Filipino parents, so that dragon is me.
So the dragon is everyone. That's great.
It's everyone. The dragon is anyone who feels different for whatever reason.
My name is Patrick Lugo. I'm an author, illustrator, and comic creator. Originally born in New York, but I've lived half my life here in the Bay Area. So these are the adventures of Lucy Veloz, high-flying princess, right?
Okay.
She's a Latina superhero who doesn't need a prince to save her. She's a princess who can save herself.
As I mentioned before, I've been out of the country, and it's good to be back. Good to see some of my dear friends, see my family. Ooh, wow. And get to play some music also here with some of my friends here. So good to be back. And what a nice place, Sun Gallery. Please support this place. They do great work. Please support what Pocky does here because he's really serving the community and trying to make it happen, all right? Trying to recognize the arts and the culture that's part of Hayward.
For me, I think outreach and networking and also just getting people like aware of what the Sun Gallery is and what we do, and also just reaching out to my alma mater, CSU East Bay, and bringing in just the API Center so that we can all like collaborate and just, you know, have fun and, you know, just enjoy the arts and culture of Hayward and the East Bay.
Here's a song written by Antonio Carlos Jobim. No more blues, I'm going back home. And no more blues, I promise no more to roam. Home is where the heart is, the funny part is my heart's been right there all along. No more tears, and no more sighs, and no more fears. I'll say my last goodbyes. If trouble beckons me, I swear I'm gonna refuse. I'm gonna settle down. There'll be no more blues.
The goal was to create a superhero for young Latina readers, right?
Okay.
Young girls who can identify with someone other than the blonde-haired, blue-eyed princess who's waiting for a prince, right? So we wanted a princess who could save herself and be a superhero along the way. And so the key her key superpower is inventiveness.
Okay, okay.
Right, and so as a result, she invents a whole assortment of crazy contraptions, which no one really recognizes their use until her scientific kingdom is in danger.
Okay, okay.
At which point she pulls all of her inventions together to become this high-flying superhero.
I was mostly the brains for setting up the exhibition, talking to artists about their work in case it doesn't work with other pieces.
Eve and I developed the story together. First we discussed it. We talked about writing about a dragon initially to help me build vocabulary, like spikes on his back, long tail, breeze fire, that sort of thing. And it was going to be in English and in Spanish. But then we had to really develop this character, and so we said, there's too many words on a page, so we got rid of the Spanish and we just focused on the story.
I watched a lot of Pokemon and like Yu-Gi-Oh! Stuff like that.
Okay.
And I also took inspiration from American cartoons like Captain Underpants, Magic Treehouse, stuff like that.
Okay.
All of that kind of culminated together, and because I was studying graphic design, I started to like understand more about like cartoons and people's facial features, going up and down and stuff like that. And I feel like that's kind of really like echoed through in my work, I think. But aside from that, those like where most of my inspirations come from.
Okay, so spring 2020, I took an oil painting class at Ohlone College in Fremont, and then we transitioned to the pandemic. So I had a lot of time to paint, and so this piece is from that painting class. And then this is like a impasto style. So impasto is like a raised, like layered, like a thick raised layer effect. So it's called impasto imposter, because like in different places you can find yourself in the painting. Because this is like a Fantasia upside down Cinderella that just came out of it, and like an upside down like tree with like souls coming out of it. So there are different things you can see inside of it that other people might not. So it's like a perspective thing.
My most recent comic series is called A Tiger's Tale.
Okay, cool.
So if you can imagine the Lion King learns Kung Fu.
Yep, okay.
That's A Tiger's Tale.
I think did I see that here last year at this exhibit?
It was featured here last year.
Great, great.
And in fact, the Sun Gallery has been so helpful in that many years ago, they allowed me to display some of the artwork while the graphic novel was being produced. And it's more than 100 pages, so it took a while for me to get it done. But once it was done, they were happy to have me share the finished work last year.
What we're trying to do is build a really good musical repertoire for our gala this year. So if we can have the artists and the singers and the musicians from our own communities represented in our gala, that's what we're looking for.
But I know a change is gonna come. Oh, yes it will.